What's up, guys? It's Anthony from AB Fitness Center here. Welcome to another live episode today. Today we have the 11 convenient foods for fat loss that you should be eating. Super excited for this one. I think it's going to be a really cool one. As always, if you guys aren't following me yet, you guys can watch this live on Facebook. If you're listening to this after the fact, you can just friend me on Facebook, Anthony Bevilacqua, or like our gym page, AB Fitness Center of East Meadow, and you'll be able to watch these after the fact. So, hopefully everyone's having a good night so far. And I got a really cool episode for you guys. But before I go into today's episode, I want to talk to you guys about what I did to my kid, right? So, I will start off with a little bit of a story, a little bit of a joke, because I think this was pretty funny. So I went food shopping today, and you got to put on your masks, and you gotta go into the store, and you gotta be armored up, right? So you slip on your masks, you go into the store, you don't touch nothing, you don't see nothing, you know how it goes, right? The whole gamut. So I go into the store, and I end up buying seltzers. So I like seltzers. I don't know. I just like flavored seltzers every once in a while. The carbonation keeps my stomach full. So when I'm dieting, I like to have a little bit of seltzer. So I buy seltzer, and my daughter's 6, for those of you that don't know. She's 6, and I come home, and she's like, "Daddy, what are you drinking?" So I show her the seltzer. I'm like, "You're not going to like this." She goes, "No, Daddy, I want to try it. I want the seltzer. Okay. Here, try it." I didn't think she was going to like it. Well, turned out she liked it. So needless to say, I lost my seltzer, right? No big deal. So now we're in my office and my little area here, and just fiddling around, getting ready to record this. And on my desk, I actually have a bottle of, it's not alcohol for those of you who were paying attention the other night, but it's apple cider vinegar. So I happen to have it on my desk. So she sees the apple cider vinegar on my desk, and she's like, "Daddy, what is that?" I said, "It's another drink. It's one of Daddy's drinks." So I turned to her and I said, "Do you want to try it?" She goes, yeah, I want to try it. I like everything that you give me. So now, for those of you who've never had apple cider vinegar before, it's horrible, okay? It doesn't taste good at all. It's vinegar. So I open it, and I'm like, "Okay, here, just take a sip." She grabs it, and in my head, I'm like, "Oh my God, she's going to spew the apple cider vinegar out of her mouth. It's going to go everywhere." But I had to go along with this at this point. So I give her the apple cider vinegar, and she takes it ready to take a sip. And I guess she got a whiff of it, and she's like, "Daddy, what is this?" And then she didn't end up doing it. I tried to get her, so I was this close. I almost had it. I felt so bad, but I'm like, I gotta do it. So my son strolls in behind her, and he does everything everything she does, he wants to do. So he sees the seltzer, he wants a seltzer. So I'm like, "Anthony, look, you want to try another one of Daddy's drinks?" He got it up to here, and he smelled what it was, and then he's like, no. So he caught it closer. Literally, it got this close to her lips. I thought she was going to go for it. I'm like, "Oh my God, she's going to take a swig of the apple cider vinegar." So needless to say, I got a good laugh out of it, and I think every once in a while you got a little fun with the kids, but I was cracking up laughing. I really did. I thought that was really funny. And I was like, I did one of those. I was like, that's a dad moment. That's like I remember when I was a kid, one of the few memories I have with my dad. And I think this actually was one of the good things that he instilled, because I never ended up drinking or really smoking or anything like that. But he was smoking a cigar one day. And I was young. I don't remember how old I was. And I told him, I said, I want it. I want some. A typical kid thing, right? So he says, "Okay, if you want it, you're going to smoke the whole thing." So he gave me the cigar, and I smoked it, and I got so sick as a kid. So sick. Like, to this day, I can't even have a cigar at all. And I think that was one of the things that instilled upon me never to do that again. But I just thought it was really funny to get her like that. It was one of those things I really thought was funny. So I figured I'd share that story with you before I got into today's lesson. So hopefully that gave you a little bit of a laugh for today. Only parents will probably understand that one, because you all know how the kids always want what you have. It doesn't matter. And for those of you that are into like fitness and you're dieting and you have like your food ready, like you have your plate of food and you're like, "Okay, this is my plate. I'm going to eat it." So you sit there, you start eating, and then your kids come, "Can I try it, Daddy? Oh, it's so good. I want more, Daddy." It's like, this is measured out. Go eat the cookies in the cabinet. But I thought that was really funny, so I figured I'd share that with you. But let's roll into today's episode. I think this is a good one. These are the foods that you should be consuming that are extremely convenient when it comes to fat loss. Okay? So, food number one, protein powder. So, obviously, protein powder is one of my favorite go-to fat loss, muscle building things that are out there because protein powder is essential to gaining muscle, which will speed up your metabolism. So I have protein literally everywhere I go. I have it in my house. I have it at the gym. I even have some in the car. And I'm not even lying. I have it right next to me. Just gotta grab it. And then in my cabinet here. See? Got my protein always close by because you never know. I actually keep a little bit of it in the car just in case if I get hungry, if I'm out or whatever, and I know I need to eat something, I'll just take a couple of scoops out and just pour it in, or I'll put it in a bag. I'm notorious, and I never get caught with this. I don't know how. I like vanilla. Vanilla happens to be like one of my favorite flavors. Every time I go on vacation, I end up packing Ziploc bags with white powder in it. So I always take it because that's my breakfast every morning. 2 scoops of protein. I measure out 2 scoops of protein and put them in Ziploc bags. I measure them out for the duration of my trip, and then I take them with me, and I never get caught. I told one of my clients about it, and poor girl got busted at the airport. They're like, "This is white powder. You can't have this." That's never happened to me ever. So do that with caution. But yeah, protein powder is one of the most convenient ways of hitting your protein on the go. So definitely picking up and utilizing protein powder is my number one on my list. So number 2, Greek yogurt. I love Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is one of the best foods you can eat for a couple reasons. One, it's very high in protein, very low in fat. Fat-free Greek yogurt anyway. And pretty low in carbs depending on which flavor you may get. But the reason why I like it is because it's very voluminous. If I have 2-3 of those little containers like the Chobani ones of Greek yogurt, they keep me fuller longer. I like to mix them with other things, again, just to make a nice big voluminous bowl. So when I'm dieting and my stomach's not as full, I like to have a big bowl of something like that. Typically, I have that like before I work out or maybe even at night. Really depends. Everyone's a little different in that case. But Greek yogurt, definitely one of my favorite go-tos. The next one on my list is actually cottage cheese, and for the convenience factor of it, because this is the 11 convenient foods that you should have. Cottage cheese, again, very, very portable. They have them in the little containers you have to look for. Typically, I buy like the medium-sized one. It's probably about that big, and I just usually have half at a time. So I know, just take it out of the fridge, measure out half, and then that's my serving of protein that I would use, or maybe even the whole thing. Again, just depends on the day and time. But again, same reason I like it for the cottage cheese. Greek yogurt, it's fat-free, very low in carbs, and very voluminous. So instead of using milk with cereal, I may do cottage cheese with cereal because it makes a really big bowl, and it keeps you fuller longer, and it's actually good. And cottage cheese is milk. So some people don't like the consistency of cottage cheese. To each their own. Everyone's a little different. Just giving you my 11 convenient foods that I eat that I think are the best for when it comes to fat loss. My next thing is tuna packets. I should have brought some of them down. I love tuna in the packets. I think they taste way better than in the can. The can, I think after a while, I was sitting there to get that canny taste to them. In the packet, they don't taste like that at all. Nowadays, they have like the flavored ones, which are also really good and really, really convenient. So I love those because this is all about convenience, and I live my life by convenience, especially when it comes to getting in your protein. That's why the first couple of things on my list here are protein, because protein is the hardest thing to get in. So not making protein convenient is going to ensure that you're not going to hit your protein intake. Okay. So the tuna packets, I definitely like all the different flavors. Actually, when I was at the store today, they actually have flavored canned chicken in the packets too. I didn't pick it up. I just happened to notice it on the shelf. But they have salmon in the packets. They have the chicken in the packets, like I said, and they're really good. Even the flavored ones are really good. They're really low in like carbs or fat or anything. Sometimes they don't have any, depending on what it is. But they just have a different taste to them. They're a lot easier to eat, and I think they're a lot tastier. And you could, again, convenience. You could throw it over a salad. You could throw it over rice. You could do a ton with those. You could even mix it with some egg whites and make like a nice tuna omelet. It's actually really good if you never tried it while dieting. It's really, really good. Very filling. So yeah, go with that. Number 5 on my list is, again, one of my favorite snack foods. I love low-calorie popcorn. And don't be fooled by I think it's Smart Pop. I forget which one it is exactly. But one of them, I think it's Smart Pop. Smart Pop claims to be so low in calorie, but when you actually look at the label, it's a ton. So don't be fooled by that. Just whenever you go shopping, just get the lowest calorie popcorn you can find. They have the 100 calorie packs of popcorn that you just throw in the microwave. Those are really, really good. Probably one of my favorite popcorns. I think even Stop and Shop has their own brand of stuff, and it's so much lower in fat than most other things. But the Stop and Shop one, I think it's a kettle cooked one. It's really, really good. Tastes really good. Really low in fat. Really low in carbs and very voluminous. Again, when you're dieting, you want to and you're trying to lose body fat, obviously you're going to be eating less, so you want to keep your stomach as full as possible with more voluminous foods. And popcorn's one of those things that's really good. The only downside to having popcorn is the kernels get stuck in your teeth and it's really annoying. So you have to floss after, and we're all about keeping health here. So that means even your teeth, right? So that's one of the other things that's my number 5. So number 6, and we talked about this, I think 2 nights ago, frozen vegetables. Frozen vegetables, again, for convenience, frozen vegetables outweigh the fresh stuff all the time. I usually never buy fresh vegetables unless I'm going to cook them that day, because majority of the time I buy the vegetables and they end up going bad because I don't eat them fast enough. So frozen just allows me to pull it out of the freezer, throw it in the microwave, done. Okay? So, and I've kind of beat that one to it. That's a dead horse that I've beaten before. But I like that, and I think that frozen vegetables should be a staple to everybody. If you want regular fresh vegetables, you can absolutely have those. But just remember, they're going to go bad at some point. They don't taste as good a couple of days later. So frozen is pretty consistent. And again, all about convenience. All right, number 7 on my list, blueberries. I love blueberries. Blueberries are a great low-calorie snack that you can have. My wife's actually watching. Jen, you got to take notes. All right, sweetheart, take some notes. Okay? So berries. Berries are a very low-calorie option that you can have. Again, just a bowl full of berries is probably 13 to 20 carbs. You can sit there and have a bowl of berries. Berries are very refreshing. They're very high in vitamins and minerals, which help your immune system. They help your body recover. They actually prevent aging because they are very high in antioxidants. So if you don't want to you want to get rid of all your wrinkles, eat some blueberries and eat better. All right, so it's blueberries. Another thing that I like, convenient fat loss food that you should be eating, carrots. Baby carrots are so good. A decent size carrots are literally maybe 20 carbs. So it's good. I like to have them as a snack. I don't really like to put them on anything. Sometimes I'll put them in a salad, maybe. But I like to eat them as a standalone thing. They're crunchy. You could dunk them in salsa. They're really good, very portable. So if you're sitting on the couch, especially now with this quarantine going on, and you're watching a movie and everyone around you is eating chips, and you want to have some of the salsa with everybody else, you can go ahead and grab some baby carrots and you could dunk them in there and have a crunch like everyone else in the room, and you could make just as much noise as everybody else crunching away during watching the Tiger King on Netflix, right? Which happens to be one of the, I guess I like trash TV. I only watch 2 things though. I watch The Jersey Shore, and now I like Tiger King. So those are my 2 trash TVs that I watch. Other than that, I don't watch TV. But yeah, so if you're watching Tiger King and everyone around you is eating chips, well, baby carrots are your other go-to. All right, number 9 on my list, and I gave this away a couple of episodes ago, fat-free, and they're not called fat-free, you just got to look for them, but frozen hash browns, shredded hash browns. Those are so good. So it's, I think it's not hash browns. Oh my God, why am I drawing a blank on what it's called? It's not hash browns. I wrote the wrong thing. It's, oh my God, I'm horrible. But it's basically the potato and it's in shreds. Oh, it has a name. I forgot the name of it. Horrible. But whatever, we'll just call it hash browns for this. But I love those. There's 0 fat in them because it's literally the potato. They slice it and they make shreds out of it. And they're frozen. So you could literally take it, a decent size of carbohydrates, not rice cakes, not cauliflower, not zucchini noodles. Home fries, no. The shredded potatoes that they give you. It's not hash browns. Is it hash browns? Oh, man, I'm drawing such a blank. I think that's what it's called. Whatever, now I feel silly because I can't remember it, but I have them all the time. It's not home fries, but whatever. It's like the shredded potato that they put on the side, but they cook it with a ton of oil. I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, if you just spray the pan with Pam, dump those in there, a decent size of it with your eggs. It's a huge meal. I love having that. It's one of my favorite go-tos, especially for breakfast. And Trader Joe's, Stop and Shop, a whole bunch of places. Pizza. No, Paul, not pizza. But they sell the everything bagel seasoning. So I literally throw that all over it. It's so good. Trust me, guys. So good. But it's in the frozen aisle. You can look for it next to like the regular French fries and whatever else. It's there. It's the breakfast one. It's zero fat. Can't miss it. Pretty sure it is hash browns. I think it is. For some reason, I'm having another... I don't know. I'm having a moment right now. I think I'm getting payback for trying to give my daughter the apple cider vinegar. But yeah, I think it is the fat-free hash browns. But whatever, neither here nor there. That's what that is. Those are so good, really convenient, good source of carbs to have with breakfast. A perfect pre-workout meal if you eat breakfast and then go and work out. Number 10, and again, this is all about convenience. I love Quest bars. Quest bars are my favorite protein bar that you can get. I think they're perfectly balanced. They have a good amount of protein, good amount of carbs, and they're very low in fat compared to other bars on the market. I would prefer to have a shake, but when in doubt, have a Quest bar. Quest bars are so good. What you can actually do, it is actually hash browns. Thank you, Joe. Thank you. And I'm glad to see you chime in on the food stuff, man. Proud of you. Proud of you. So anyway, Quest bars are really, really good, convenient. Like I said, a nice balanced meal. What you could do with Quest bars too, a little trick, take them out of the packet, wrap them in paper towel, put them in a microwave for like 8 seconds, 10 seconds. They actually melt a little bit and they taste so much better. What you can do too, double whammy here, we're going to use two of our convenient fat loss foods. You could take your Greek yogurt, you could melt the Quest bar in the microwave, take it out, break it up, add it in there, mix it up, and eat it. I know how to eat, my friend. Good job, Joe. Good job. Proud of you. But yeah, if you mix the Quest bar in there with the Greek yogurt, again, now you're having more protein. You're having that's a decent sized meal. It's going to keep you full for a long time because Quest bars also are very high in fiber, and the more fiber you eat, the more fuller you're going to be. So that's Quest bars. That's number 10. Okay, and I'll go through this whole list after this. I'll review it. And my number 11. This is probably one of my go-to things out there. For fat loss, for gaining muscle. Again, it's all about choosing the right thing. What's up, Joe? How you doing, buddy? Chipotle. Chipotle is one of the best convenient fat loss foods, muscle building foods. I eat Chipotle. Well, not now, but I did eat Chipotle pretty regularly. And Chipotle is only as bad as you make it. Okay? Chipotle can be very, very good, and it can be very, very bad. What makes Chipotle very, very bad? It's when you get the cheese, the sour cream. Come on, everybody knows what I'm talking about. The guac, I said the cheese, the sour cream, the guac, the beans. All that stuff adds a ton of extra calories that you don't need. If you're in a pinch and you're really, really hungry and want to have a meal, you can always go to Chipotle. I get double chicken or triple chicken, depends on my mood, my day, whatever. The rice, I'll get lettuce, I'll get some salsa, and I'll call it a day right there. Simple, low-calorie meal that's filling, that tastes delicious, and again, really, really convenient. And very low in calorie, like I said. Now, again, if I did that same meal and I put it on a burrito, and I added the cheese, I added the sour cream, I added, beans, the guac, it's going to be a ton of calories. And then, of course, if I take that and get the chips with it, that defeats the purpose of that too. So, but Chipotle is one of my go-tos for my close friends. Yeah, Joe's giving me a ton of thumbs up here because we've done that several times. It's usually the triple chicken. Sometimes I mix it up and I'll do chicken steak and chicken. Depends. Really depends. But again, really, really awesome for fat loss. So I definitely recommend that. So let's run through my list again. Again, you guys should feel free. This should make a majority of your shopping list. All right. So number 1, and if Laura is on here, my sidekick, hopefully she can write these out and just post it in the comments for everybody if she's paying attention. But lately, I don't know. So for those of you who are members, you're going to know what I'm going to say. For those of you that are not members, we have a private members group. And in the members group, we share everything. So we'll share videos of recipes. We give each other a ton of support. There's a lot of cool stuff that goes on in our members group. But so Laura posts this insane, I don't know what the hell she made. What is it called? Like not a smoothie, but like what was it? What the hell did you eat, Laura? Tell me. I don't know what it was, but it was like a big thing of, it looked like ice cream and like a sundae basically is what she posted. But it was like a low fat, like higher protein sundae that she made. And she posts a picture of it. It's like half eaten in the group. she posts this picture. It's half eaten in the group and writes, this was so good, and like wrote the ingredients of what she used. And other times in the group, she's literally taken a video of her making egg whites and threw cheese on it and said she made an omelet. I'm like, you took a video of yourself making an omelet, throwing a piece of cheese on it. You make a nice gourmet sundae that everybody would have loved to have eaten. And you just take a picture of it and say, oh, here are the ingredients. Good luck. She's slipping. My little protege, slipping. All right, so anyway, if you're listening, Laura, please summarize this in the comments for everybody. Now, if you're not listening, you're in trouble. So, number 1, protein powder. My go-to all the time, protein powder. Helps you hit your protein intake for the day. The building blocks of muscle. Good quality stuff. Really, really easy to use. Okay? Protein powder. Fat-free Greek yogurt. Again, really convenient. It was mud pie dessert. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you. That's what she made. Mud pie dessert. No video. Just a picture of it. And then couple days, you scroll back a couple days later, there's literally an egg white with, she throws cheese on it and takes a video of that. I'm like, fat-free Greek yogurt, fat-free cottage cheese, okay? Tuna packets, low-calorie popcorn, frozen veggies, berries, baby carrots, frozen hash browns, okay? I think they're hash browns, Quest bars, and then Chipotle, all right? So those are my 11 convenient fat loss foods that you should be eating. And I would say eating these on a daily basis because they're going to help you hit your goal. They're going to help you drop those size pants that you want to get into. They're going to help you get back into the clothes that you got out of. They're going to help you go from a size 16 to a size 6. And for guys, a size 38, 40, 42 to a size 32. Just by following these rules. Remember, your nutrition is everything, guys. 70% of what you see in the mirror looking back at you is based off what you've been eating. So if you want to avoid the quarantine 15, you need to make sure that you're paying attention to exactly what you're eating all the time. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode today. And check out my website, abfitnesscenter.com. And I'll see you guys on the next one.